fine. I don't know what y'all doing, but find something else to do. Cause we fine. Lord have mercy. Man, I sure wish I could cuss though. You know, listen, sometimes you just wanna respond, but I ain't got no time for women gossip, man. God been good to me.
And you know, but social media will take it and then clip up everything that she said in the past. Like, oh, if you had to trade your husband, who would you trade it for? The pool boy, stuff that he said in the interview. So it makes it bigger than what it is, or it could be true. So what do you guys think about this going on in social media now?
We'll never really know. I think that where there's smoke, there's definitely fire. But
no, fucking absolutely not.
No, I believe there's
something. If that's the case, fucking Usher got fucking herpes. They just Usher got herpes, and the fucking internet ran. What the fuck you talking about?
Hold on, you gotta let him finish his statement.
Like that, I mean, Steve Harvey. I've always thought Steve Harvey was like full of it, man. Like ever since he came out with that "think like a man" nonsense, like he really wants women to be thinking like men. Like he's the world's biggest panderer to me.
He made one book.
That's a good word to use.
He's a panderer. Like he's always like saying like if you look at his shows, his number of women in the crowd. He's a rich version of what's his name? What's the guy? What's his name? The man who got busted.
Jackson.
Derek
Jackson.
He's Derek Jackson.
He's made a living off of pandering to women. They both
run this money up too. So what's the problem?
He has made a living off of pandering to women, I believe.
How many times has he been married?
I think it's just her. I think
twice.
I think like 2 or 3 times. He's been divorced.
He like divorced her and then like remarried her again or something.
But I think to put it short, I think it's something there. I think we're gonna later on, pretty soon. I feel like something is gonna happen between him and his wife.
It's gonna be another. You think it's gonna be another Will and Jada? It's gonna come out.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Nah, I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
He's been married 3 times.
Who? Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm. Dang. Correct. Jamil, I have a question. I don't know, regarding social media and drama, let's say if you and your wife were out like on social media presence becoming known, do you think when it comes to this type of topic, should you address social media or you should just, whatever happens, keep it in-house?
I think there's a danger in pouring fuel on the fire. Honestly, I think you should just leave it alone because people like to talk and they like to embellish. Now, personally, if my wife was to say, if I was to trade my husband, who would I trade it for? And they say the pool boy. I believe that she's literally cheated on him. To be honest with you, that's me. That's just me. But I think their context clues, their red flags. And I think just if you look at each individual moment in the relationship and then how he's acting, it just kind of, I do tend to err on the side that she's acting out, getting bust down or something, man. I don't know. That's just me. And I can be pessimistic, but I don't think it's a healthy relationship, especially that last interview that he did when he was kind of pedestalizing and kind of berating men, talking about, she brings a whole you. Like, I think there needs to be balance.
That's what he does. He's a panderer.
Totally. And I mean, that kind of guy, I don't think that he holds the respect of his wife and other women. I can be wrong, and I don't want to speak for you guys, but I think a guy that doesn't take a firm stand and he's just saying what you want to hear, I think over time that gets old. And I think people just don't respect that on an inherent level.
I agree.
It was Shannon Sharp's interview. I remember that because we talked about that on another show. It's like Shannon Sharp's interview, and then we had her ex talking about her past. It was just a lot like going on.
Laura Harvey, is it Laura? Is that her name?
Whatever her name is, Harvey. Yeah, it was his. I guess he was in jail, a kingpin in jail, and yeah. But anybody else want to talk about Steve Harvey's wife allegedly cheating? Who thinks she cheated?
Yeah.
Anton, you don't think she cheated?
No, I don't think that. I think that she's too smart for that. First of all, I think that women like that in a lot of instances are wise. They smarter than y'all think that they are. And so one thing that, but even based off of the conversations that's just been had about her, the one thing that you know for sure is that she about a bag. And so she's never gonna fumble the best thing for her at that particular, especially considering that at how old she is and how, you know what I'm saying? She's never gonna be able to get another dude like a Steve Harvey. I don't think that she's crazy enough or that she's that unwise to actually put herself in a position where she'd ever fumble a Steve Harvey, especially with a nigga like a bodyguard. Women like that is just too wise. I've known women like that, and no matter what it is, they always exercise a level of discipline, especially when they get to an age to where they really, really wise up, to where they wouldn't put themselves in a position to really be able to fumble that type of bag. So I don't think that she's dumb. Like if you listen to the way that her ex-husband, who in an interview with Tasha K was bitter about her, if you look at the way that he described her, I don't think that she the type of woman that'll fuck up like that. So that's just my opinion.
She gets paid regardless.
I didn't think.
How do you know? How do you know he don't have a ironclad prenuptial agreement?
Well, after 3 marriages, you could be right, to be honest with you.
How do you know that he don't have a prenuptial agreement? How do you know that she don't leave with nothing?
To be honest with you, based on some of his statements that he's made, he doesn't seem like the guy. I don't know. Yeah. He seems like a weak man, to be honest with you, in my estimation. And I think he's the kind of guy who get game run on him, like behind his back, easy. That's just my perspective.
You don't seem like a. Listen, man. I think that we overestimating stuff because we don't necessarily care for the takes that Steve Harvey have. If you look at the way that dude is behind the scenes and stuff like that, I think that he may do certain things because he understands who his audience is. I think that he's very, very smart in understanding the people that patronize him. I think he knows who his audience is on all of the shows, who buys all of his fucking books. Listen, let me break it down even from this perspective. I think that Derek Jackson understands who his audience is, and I think that Derek Jackson is one of the biggest fucking pimps out here in these streets. Pimp. I think he is a Sith Lord. I think he is one of the smartest, wisest, understand. They all fucking the same, right? I don't think that these dudes that's winning are naive to the people that's patronizing them. I think that Steve Harvey knows who the fuck his audience is, and he plays that to a T, and that's the reason why he live in that big fucking mansion, because he's leveraging that in order to continue to run a bag up. I don't think that he's crazy, man. Steve Harvey is what, from fucking Cleveland, Ohio? Man, you know how many pimps is in Cleveland, Ohio? Come on, man. If y'all think that this dude is dumb, that he got as rich as he fucking did, selling all of these fucking books by being dumb, then that really shows how naive we are instead of understanding exact. Okay, let me revise it. How many fucking men got rich being the opposite of what Steve Harvey is? How many men got rich selling books to men?
That's fair.
That's true.
How many men are having men buy their stuff as far as they merchant shit? And I'm talking about money. I ain't talking about no fucking YouTube money, internet money, and none of that shit. I'm talking about Steve Harvey money, Tyler Perry money. These motherfuckers is putting on dresses for a fucking reason, because the women is the ones at the play. They the ones that's buying the books. They the ones that's going to the movies. They the ones that's hitting the Cash App. They the ones that's doing all of this shit. Derek Jackson still got a fucking huge audience that supports him because of it. And so when you look at the play that these dudes is moving like in a way that, so you think that Steve Harvey quit cussing because he necessarily wanted to be right? That might be a part of it. He did that. He wanted to get right with God, but part of his audience is church women. If you don't think that the people around these people are doing extensive studies to see who their demographic is and who's supporting them, then you're crazy. And so I think that Steve is smarter than y'all giving him credit for. I think that all of these dudes are Sith Lords. Derek Jackson, Steve Harvey, Umar Johnson is Count Dooku. Fucking all of these dudes is pandering, and they get all of the money from these chicks And I give him applause for being able to fucking finesse y'all. We don't like Steve, right? Because we see as men what the fuck is happening, and we don't like the fact that he may be throwing guys under the bus in order to do so. But the reality is that he's finessing all of the money and all of the fucking panties that he wants to, and we the ones that's not paying attention to how he finessing these chicks out of their bag. That's
these
my
kind of dudes. These kind of dudes profit majorly off of broken relationships, and now is the best. Like the past decade is the best time, and that's when they've made most of their money. And like Augustus said, I think best word to use is pander. I feel that.
Yeah,
that's a whole lot of them are a bunch of panderers.
I agree.
And it's smart, like Anton said. Yeah. It's smart. It's intelligent. They think that they're playing off the dumbness of the masses, and people will buy into it. And it's marketing genius. And but yeah, I agree with the whole Sith Lord because that don't mean it's right.
Both Jamil and Anton, I agree with. Like,
Dude, I got a quick question. Does anybody feel that maybe he cheats?
I'm not even gonna answer that question.
I mean, I don't have a dog in the race. I don't have an opinion on it. I was just curious. It was just something that I thought about with the dynamic. I don't know. I don't know if people think.
I'm not answering that question.
I don't know.
No.
Not even if you had to just say yes or no?
No.
But wasn't he talking to his new wife when he was married to the other wife?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
If that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if he do cheat. He does.
Okay, here, let me revise the question for you. If you had to give a percentage of how many men that has a net worth over maybe $5 million, right?
Stepping out just a little bit, absolutely, and they're completely okay with it as long as you don't bring that shit home.
Correct.
So you got to revise the question if you want to answer.
I believe that.
What percentage of men with a net worth over $5 million can get away with it and does exercise it?
Of course, they can pay a whole side chick off.
Did you say can? Can is 100%. Do probably 10, 5%.
5%.
I think it's small.
I think it's higher.
I think 60%.
I think it's a little bit higher than that. Yeah, I think it's higher.
Y'all have to give a percentage of how many men that is successful have some visibility and whose net worth is not just tied up in their house. So they're making a lot of money on a regular basis, right? How many men are super successful that has a really, multi-million dollar net worth? If you had to give a percentage of how many men in that position actually exercise options, what would you say that percentage is?
60%.
I would probably say 70%.
Yeah, it's high.
I'll say 80.
It's high, and a lot of times those women they don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
If they don't care,
as long as they don't embarrass them.
The word cheat implies a level of deception.
It's not like I'm saying they don't care; they don't want to know.
I didn't say cheat. I said exercise options.
Yeah,
20 to 30%. I don't think it's as that.
Some of them could be cheat. Some of them is cheat. Some of them exercise options.
Cheating,
how many of y'all think that they actually can and have bust down another chick?
Can is a higher percentage.
How many of y'all think that they have bust down another chick on a percentage level?
80%.
Yes.
70, man.
The answer is yes.
80%. 80%.
Yeah.
I think there are good men out there, man.
It's gonna be high.
And take into effect, y'all, like they're
good men.
I don't think that we realize like how massively large the sexual scene is, even especially nowadays. Like literally when I lived in California, people don't really talk openly about it, but you don't have to drive far to find some sort of swinger club or sex club going on. Like, and a lot of these things are under the radar.
I don't think that they would ever do. Nobody that has a significant enough amount of
yeah. I mean, just. But if you have that amount of money, I'm not saying you would go to those things. What I'm saying is like if it's that much like common nature, then if you're in a position that's even higher and you can hide it or your wife knows, but maybe you don't even talk. Maybe you guys both know, but I think a lot more people they don't talk about it. They won't bring it up at dinner. They just prefer to sweep it under the rug. I feel a high percentage of people do that.
So listen, there's women. Y'all say 80%. Is that what y'all saying?
Yeah, there's women out here
throwing men that are worth more than 5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's safe to bet on.
There's women throwing it at men to get a free meal, right? There's definitely, when you get to that caliber, see what he's driving, see how he's dressed. These women are going to throw it at them for nothing. They're going to slide in DMs. They're going to wait till he goes out of town.
But it doesn't mean they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
Like by y'all saying that, y'all saying like men are inherently like bad people.
Men are saying yes.
No, nigga, what you talking about? Like, what is this? Like, this is society. Everyone just fucking.
You're not aware, my dude.
And
nigga, I am aware,
bro.
Nigga, y'all just find somewhere else to go, nigga. Y'all put yourself around bad motherfuckers.
How many millionaires do you know? Don't include Anton. How many millionaires do you know?
Maybe 10.
And you've been to
like on a personal level.
Yeah, it's like I used to work at a fitness club. I met them all the time. They my peoples. What you mean?
Not
I met them. We text, we talk, we hang out.
Okay, so when you hung out,
I'm not friends that are millionaires. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so when you hung out with them, the 10 of them, when you hung out with them, went out, partied, drank, were they bringing girls along that weren't their wives?
No, most of them have their wives. No, what you mean? They don't do that.
Okay.
Like they don't.
No, they bring their wives, but their mistresses are hanging in the background.
In another
a lot of
city.
this is very common.
They brought the wives around you.
Jalen Rose said that. Jalen Rose said when he was playing in the NBA, he had teammates that would have their wives on the side, on the court side, and their jump offs would be sitting somewhere up there.
Why is this a thing? Like with this, because you have money, or like why? I don't understand where this come from. Like how many millionaires y'all heard? Y'all just heard this shit on the internet.
Okay.
I mean,
like I know 10. Like I have a group of friends. Like they make millions. Like business owners, they own shit. Lawyers, and fucking pilots and shit. Like I hang around these guys. Like and they don't do that.
Okay. Money and infidelity doesn't.
How you know they don't do that though?
I ain't seen it. They ain't told me.
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody does, but in my experience, I ran into a lot of
men aren't going around. Yeah, I'm fucking my side chick this weekend.
And how you know? How you know? How you know it's at an 80% clip?
And especially the way you act, Quentin, I would never tell you I had a mistress, my dude, because you're gonna run around telling the whole world.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna tell the internet like a motherfucker the next day.
See?
Good point, Ho.
I'm not lying. That's the truth. I see it all the time. You got to be in these situations. You see it like. It's very common.
Listen, man, Dallas, there's a lot of pro athletes that live in Dallas, and I see it all the time.
Oh, you see them cheating. You see the pro athletes cheating. You see it.
I don't. It's not that I see cheating.
Like you see fucking Kyrie Irving. Oh, that ain't your bitch. Like you see that shit.
Oh my God, that's one. I've had athletes hit me up in my DMs, and they have girlfriends.
Yes. I'm trying to say that. Like I'm saying is, I see them out and about.
We've had probably
they're married,
people on the panel. Has a married man ever hit any of y'all women on the panel?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they probably weren't even rich. They were probably broke. So let's stop.
Hell yeah.
That are my DMs that try to holler at me. Didn't even know who they were. And I looked them up. I was like, oh no. So let's cut the crap. Like we can't. Correct. Listen, when you at that caliber and you can pay hush money to tell a girl, hey, let's have a little quickie and then you can shut up. That's easier than y'all having a little girlfriend that's gonna nag you, bother you. They can just pay a chick to shut up. A lot of these people that are traveling overseas, that do travel, or out the state, ooh, let's go to Vegas. I've had a quick little party session. Come on, it happens.
I changed my number to 88%.
Exactly. It gets higher once you think about it.
I'll stick with 80. I'll stick with 80.
You got these men that aren't even rich cheating. What do you think about these rich people?
You think that 20% of men that are high powered have been faithful 100% of the time?
I don't want to say 100 because
when you put it that way, now I want to say 100% because man,
I mean, damn.
Because you know what cheating is to me? Cheating is you flirting with another chick, inviting her to dinner when you got a whole wife because you want time, you want someone to entertain you at dinner. That's cheating to me. So Imagine all those rich ballers
Yeah,
that want
and
to
then they
travel
go
and
have
have
sex.
one
That's
plus one
But
company.
are we saying that rich men are inherently immoral? Is that the premise here?
Yep, that's what y'all saying. Yep.
That's
No, a lot of
That's crazy.
I want to hear what Anton got to say because I know Anton, he's loading.
Anton gonna be like, I have a group of
Anton
men
got a
that
little bit of
never
money.
cheated.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Anton go, yeah, I have a group of men, my brothers, we've never cheated. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, y'all.
Oh, see now you're walking a fine line. Don't call Anton out like that. That's why he ain't saying nothing.
That's why
No,
he
so wait. You think that I've ever done something in my life?
No, but I knew that's what you was gonna say. Well, I
No, I'm not
believe
talking about you, Q.
Oh,
you know who I am personally. Y'all think that I've ever done something in my life?
Oh,
Maybe you're that. You probably
be
that.
honest.
You're that 20%. You're that 20%.
Wait, say it again.
You think that I've ever done something in my life? Like
In the last 15 years.
August is part of that pander.
in the last 19 years.
Ooh, do you think Anton has cheated?
No, Anton's too smart for that.
I'll be honest. I'd like to think that he didn't, especially on the morals and values that he stands on. But if and I'm not saying anything, but if he did, it would not surprise me if he did.
So
But
are you saying is that a yes or a no? Do you think he has
see that's
cheated?
hard because like I don't
It's
want to
yes
be
or
like
no.
that, but like that's really hard to like give an answer just because like I don't know, like I want to believe that the values that he stands on about his marriage that he hasn't. Because then that would make
care.
because
Derek
hold on, Q, then that would make him a
values too, and he was
hypocrite.
fucking everybody.
Anton
So
just lying on the internet. He don't have values at all.
Correct. So I want to believe he didn't, but he might have. I don't know. I don't know him personally either. So that's hard. Like, and I'm not saying I only asked if Steve Harvey's done that. I really didn't know if he did or not. I was just curious of other people's opinions. Like,
do you think,
I'm not saying I don't know whether his wife did or not. I'm just saying.
Do you think Harvey's wife cheated?
To be honest with you, this is the first time of me even hearing anything of this situation. So I don't know anything that was said. I really don't know any context of anything.
Okay.
I have a question for Anton.
It's hard to answer.
I got a quick question. Okay, so this will affect my answer as to whether I think Anton cheated or stepped out. Anton, my question to you is: have your values and ideals changed in the last 19 years of your marriage?
No.
Then I'm going to say no. He's never done it.
Y'all don't know Anton.
If his values ain't changed since he was little,
I want to hear what Kwane wants to say about it.
Oh no, I was just saying that because like when I first heard about like that there was a possibility that she did, I was like, what? Like that? There's no way. And I had sent it to my girlfriends like, do you really think? And none of us were like, no. And then it wasn't until I believe it was yesterday she posted like an article talking about like people spreading lies or whatnot. Like it was like a
quote.
Like, yeah. Well, and then I actually went and read the article. Like I went to go read the article and it had like all these little like biblical verses and whatnot. And I read it and I was like, oh, okay. But her caption felt like otherwise. Because like in the caption, it was like, people will say the things that they want to say, but we're going to deal with it in our own way in our home. And if you didn't do it, in my mind, I'm like, I would never. But what I was going to ask was if there was a case of something like that, would you, because of the level of, visibility that you have like in social media or just in general, like, would you even address it? Like if it wasn't true or anything else, and then even putting the article, like, would you even address it, like, and feel like you're above it, so there's no need to, or would you actually say something? Because that's how I felt. Like I felt like because she addressed it, and in the manner that it was addressed, I then started to question. Before I had no question or doubt like that she would ever do, but then seeing that, I felt doubt, and I don't know why.
I have never cheated ever.
That's what I said. You did 20%. You that other 20%.
Okay. So you guys say 80% of millionaires cheat. Most people in this space right now, the only millionaire is Anton, and he hasn't cheated. The numbers ain't that.
No, I know other millionaires.
He's not the only
millionaire
millionaire I know though.
I didn't say that. I said in this space,
I ain't got no money.
1,300 people watching right now. That's not. I said
I ain't got no money.